Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Clover. In the last episode, we met all of the trainees. So if you haven't already, go check out the video that is listed down below in the description because we met all of our trainees last episode and now we are starting the survival show. These girls are going to be competing for 5 guaranteed spots in the group, and then you guys will all have the opportunity to vote for your favorites. I'm going to split the entire season into maybe like 2 or 3 episodes, depending on how long each episode will take, because I want to give you guys an opportunity to get to know these girls. So I'm going to go through these little missions very, very slowly. So it gives you an opportunity to really get to know these girls and see like how they perform in the competition, because that's going to like ultimately decide who you guys decide to vote in, because obviously you have 2 votes and I will be starting to take votes right here from the first mission, the first few missions, because we're going to go through a few missions in this, and girls will be getting eliminated starting right now. It will be like one girl every single week gets eliminated. So, who are you rooting for? I hope your fave doesn't get eliminated on mission 1 because we're going to have at least like 13 or 14 missions that they'll be competing in, and then when 2 of them will have to do a song against each other, which is kind of crazy. So we are going to start. So here are all of our girls. None of them really have any relationships with each other going into this. Obviously, some of them are friends at the company, but I didn't want to bring like personal relationships into it because I didn't want any like drama or craziness. Look how cute all their head cards are. I actually made these. If anybody like wants one of these head cards, let me know. I can like send you the link and you could download them if you wanted to like make these like your profile picture or something. I think these head cards for each of these girls are so, so cute. But these are all the different girls that are competing. Obviously, you guys have seen the other video. We have Sumin, Zoe, Layla, Anne, Jua, Nari, Nayoung, Maya, Jinju, Hyunsung, Serena, Haran, Juniper, Grace, Yeju, Ari, Sian, Mirai, Yona, and Neil. Those are the girls that will be competing in this season and trying to get a spot in our final girl group. Let me know down below in the comments too if you have any suggestions for names for our girl group. In today's mini challenge, all the girls are going to be doing a quiz. And Grace actually won the quiz, and she's going to be getting a small advantage for the maxi challenge, which is great. The girls are going to be recording vocals and performing in girl group numbers. Okay, so Nari, Nayoung, Hyunsung, Somin all slay this first challenge, this first mission. Ian, Haran, Maya, Serena, Mirai, Ari, Yona, Neil, Juniper, and Layla all do great. So we see like there's some girls who do better than others in this challenge. I kind of like was expecting Sion to do way better in this first mission, but maybe she's like warming up. I'm actually kind of shocked that we're seeing certain girls do super well. I mean, I knew Nayoung was gonna do good in a girl group challenge because obviously she's our vocal girl. We have Somin. We have Somin doing really well. Sion, Haran doing really well in a girl group challenge. She was ranked number 20 going into the girl groups. I mean, going into the survival show. And then down at the bottom, we have Yeju, Grace, Anne, Jua, Jinju, and Zoe all just doing good in the performance. So nobody did bad. Everybody did really well in this first mission. So I'm proud of everybody. And I hate to see Miss Grace down there because I feel like she has, and Grace and Anne, I feel like they have a little bit, they have more to offer. I kind of expected to see Zoe like in that like bottom place because we all know her. She's really young. She's only 17, and I don't know if she's really got what it takes to be here, but obviously her and Grace are friends, so hopefully they don't have to kind of go against each other in their one-on-one. And we have some little runways, but we're going to skip that because it doesn't really fit into the canon. Okay, so based on the performances tonight, Yeju, Sian, Grace, Dua, Nayoung, Hyunsung, Zoe, Nari, Somin are going to be the girls who have done well in the competition and who did bad in the mission, which means that Layla, Haran, Yona, Neil, Niel, Maya, Ari, Juniper, Serena, Mirai, Jinju, and Anne are all just safe this week. So this is going to be our first mission's results. Hyunsung wins the first mission, which means Nayoung, Somin, Nari, Sian, they are all safe this week. They did great. They're in the top of the season. But that means that Zoe, Yeju, Jua, Grace, are all the bottoms this week, and will two of them will be going head to head in a one-on-one. Jua and Grace, you are not competing this week in a one-to-one, in the one-on-one, but Zoe and Yeju, they are going to be going up head to head in a one-on-one. Just for reference, Zoe was ranked like number she was kind of like around the top, and for reference, Yeju was one of the ones lower. She was only in there, but they're both S rank trainees. These are both considered S rank trainees. So this is kind of crazy for them to be going against each other in the first mission because we have A rank trainees participating in this competition survival show. So we have Yeju and Zoe going head to head in a one-on-one. How are they going to perform? Zoe did great, and Yeju just does good. Okay, let's see. Zoe, you're going to be competing in the next mission, and I'm so sorry, but Yeju, our girl, we love you so, so much. You are a serious girl, and maybe in this competition, we needed to see a little bit more of like a silly side to you. And I know that you're serious. I really hope that you get an opportunity to debut in the future, but unfortunately, this survival show is probably not where you're going to be debuting unless there's like some crazy fan rally for you. But you know, I don't know what your fans think. But I don't think that they would vote somebody into the group that just wasn't able to perform here on the first mission. So unfortunately, Yeju, you're gonna have to leave the competition immediately. Goodbye, girl. Wow. And so we see Juniper is thinking Neil should be sent home. Theon and Nayoung are talking about their families. Juniper, Maya, Soman, Layla's are getting into a huge fight. Gosh, wow. We have no relationships to highlight on this first mission, but we can see how the girls are placing and ranking going into after this first mission. So we can see that Nayoung, Soman, Hyunsung, Nari, and Sion are all kind of up here in this top placements. We had a lot of girls safe. We still have a lot of girls left. And then, of course, we saw that Jua, Grace, Zoe, and Yeju were all in that bottom category, with Yeju going home for the first mission. This was a crazy first mission. I did not expect Yeju to go home so quickly. I mean, she wasn't like the most trained. Remember, she was like really serious about her career, but I don't know. She just didn't get the training she required. So that's unfortunate. But, you know, I think there's a place for her somewhere else. There is going to be no little mini challenge today. We're going straight into our main challenge, which is going to be an improvisation challenge. We're going to see how these girls can improv because, you know, when you're an idol, you might have to like be in an interview. You might get stopped on the street and just have to give some questions. So we need to see how these girls can perform under like some pressure and not having like a script in front of them. So we see that Hyunsung and Yona actually slay this challenge, and Sion, Maya, Nari, Anne, Grace, Ari, Soman, Nayoung, Mirai, Zoe, and Serena do great in this performance. Okay, so we're seeing Zoe actually do great in her performance, which is, you know, I mean, I think Zoe's like, again, she's considered our angel, so I could see her having like a cute moment. She'd be great with the fans. Then we see Jinju, Haran, Juniper, Layla, Jua, and Neil all just doing good in this improvisation challenge. I wonder who's going to be in the bottom this week, and I wonder out of Hyunsung and Yona who's going to win. I mean, Hyunsung just won the previous week, so I don't know if she's going to get another win, but we'll see. You see some girls, they're, you know, there's cute outfits. Who's wearing like the cutest outfit? Yona does a great outfit. And okay, so based on tonight's performances, Jua, Nari, Grace, Layla, Haran, Yona, Jinju, Zoe, Hyunsung, you guys are in the top and the bottom of the week, which means that Serena, Mirai, Ari, Soman, Sion, Nayoung, Maya, Anne, and Neil are all safe this week, and Juniper. Let's see who made it. Who won this week? I wonder who's going to be the winner of the challenge. Yona, congratulations. You are the winner of the improvisation challenge. You have shown that, you know, you're great with the fans. You'd be able to answer some maybe tough questions that you get on a red carpet, even without any media training. And Grace, Zoe, Hyunsung, Nari, great job this week. You all did an amazing job in the challenge. Hyunsung, that's your second challenge in a row you've done well in. But that unfortunately means we have to take a look at the girls who didn't do so well. Haran, Jua, Layla, and Jinju, Unfortunately, you girls just did not give it in this challenge. Like, I don't know what happened, but I don't know. I didn't see it this week, and I was hoping for a lot more from you girls. But two of you will be safe from having to go in a one-on-one head-to-head with another one of your fellow trainees. Jinju and Haran, you two are safe. I'm gonna need you to step it up a little bit next week. But I feel like there's still something left to give there, which means Layla and Jua, I'm sorry, but you both are going to have to do a one-to-one competition against each other, and one of you will be going home tonight. So they're doing their one-on-one competition. Layla does great, and unfortunately, Jua flops her one-on-one competition. That is unfortunate. I really don't like to see Jua doing so poorly. Layla, you really showed us that you still have the fire and the spark that it takes to continue in this competition. But unfortunately, somebody does have to go home tonight. And Jua, you're our oddball. I love you so much. I'm so happy that you were able to compete in this challenge. I know that the fans probably love you. All the viewers at home are just so happy to see you. And we're happy to see you in this competition. I'm so sad to see you go so soon. But unfortunately, this is a race to get to our guaranteed spots in the competition. And if you're not going to bring it in the challenge and you're not going to bring it in your one-on-one, you're going to have to go home. So I'm sorry, Jua, but this is not your time. Oh wow. So Jinju is pretending it's their birthday, so they get some better treatment from the guest judge, but Maya has clocked it. Hyun Sung is saying that Nayoung is a fake girl. Oh my gosh. Allegations. And these are kind of our two girls who've been doing really well. Neil and Serena agreed that the person who won didn't deserve the win. They don't think Yona should have won. That's drama. Sion is sick of hearing Grace whining for everything, but Grace is young. Let's give her again a pass, Sion, because Grace is like 17. Grace is questioning Anne's fashion choices, and Nari sells. Oh, let's not be. Oh, okay. We're not addressing that little controversy right there. I don't know. How are the fans? How are you guys? How are you fans feeling about that? So now we have some results after our second episode. So we see that Hyun Sung again did really well both weeks. Yona came in with her first win. Nari has done really well 2 weeks in a row now. I'm really proud of Miss Nari. And we see that Grace did not the best in the first challenge, but seems to have like recovered really well in the second challenge. Zoe as well didn't do great in that first challenge, seemingly recovered. We have some girls who have just kind of been safe the whole time, a lot of girls who have been safe, and then of course our bottom four from the previous episode. I'm so sad to see Layla down here because I feel like we talked about that she has some really great skills that I would hope that she gets to showcase in the next mission or one of the missions in the future. But unfortunately, Jua did go home. It kind of seemed like it was her time. She didn't perform well in the first mission, she didn't perform in the second mission, and she didn't perform in her one-on-one. So it seemed to make sense for her to go home, unfortunately. But let's move on to the next mission. In today's mini mission, the girls are going to be doing a quick look, and Niel pulled out a really cute performance costume, so she wins the mini challenge. So the girls are going to be doing a little acting moment because sometimes as idols you have to be doing commercials and you need to be able to act, and it's an important skill to have, and we're going to see how these girls are able to do in this challenge. So Juniper, Layla, Serena, Nayoung, Soman, Nari, Sian, Hyunsung, Karin all do really great in this acting challenge. They're ready to do a commercial, and that's something that's really important for an idol because they will be getting booked for commercials, depending on their skills and how much like these other companies like are seeing it for them. Then we see Anne, Maya, Jinju, Niel, Grace, Zoe, Ari, Yona, and Mirai just doing good in the challenge. Everybody, I would say overall, we had like quite a few great performances this week. I'm excited to see who's gonna take the win on this episode, on this mission, so to speak. And the girls are just doing some little, performance outfits, and we see some girls do great, some people just do good. Okay, so based on the judging for tonight, Hyun Sung, Anne, Harin, Juniper, Layla, Nari, Jinju, Yona, and Ari, you girls have done really well, and some of you kind of struggled in your commercials, which is a little unfortunate, but hey, it happens. Nayoung, Soman, Serena, Sian, Zoe, Maya, Mirai, Nielle and Grace, you girls are all safe this week. You did a great commercial, and I'm really happy to say that you still have another opportunity in this competition. Let's see who is going to take the win in this. Who had the best commercial? I'm excited to see. Juniper, congratulations. We loved your commercial, and you get the win today. You actually are going to be getting a prize of being in the next like L'Oreal commercial for their new mascara, their new telescopic mascara, girl. So I hope that adding that campaign goes well. You'll be shooting at like in between missions. So, Juniper got a great prize. Karin, Nari, Layla, Hyunsung, good job this week. You're safe. Layla seems to have like recovered from a bad week last week, which I'm really proud of her. But that means Ari, Jinju, Anne, and Yona, you're the bottoms of the week. Yona going into the bottom after just winning. Oh, Jinju and Yona, you girls have shown and proven some things through this competition. So we're going to save you this week and hopefully you step it up next week. Step up those cookies. But that unfortunately means that Ari and Anne, you two are going to be going up 1-1 and and one of you will be eliminated from this program. And you will not be eligible to debut unless the fans decide to vote you back in. Oh my gosh, and Anne does great. Anne has an amazing, amazing thing. And no, Ari does. Ari does great. Anne just does good. Oh my gosh, I was really rooting for Anne though. I was really rooting for Anne. We'll see the results. Ari, you really surprised us in this 1-1. You're going to be staying this week, which means Anne, our Filipino girl, the one that was supposed to unite all of the different languages and cultures together for this global girl group. So sorry, but you are going to be going home this week, and there's nothing that I can do to save you. You should have fought a little bit harder because we could have seen you go all the way. Hi, Anne. Oh, Ari and Haran are sharing wigs. Okay. Serena is sharing a personal memory to Layla. That's sweet. And there's no relationships yet to highlight in the competition. Here's the track records. Here's how all the girls are doing. Hyun Sung, again, she's been really, really strong every single week. Very proud of Hyun Sung because honestly, she was not really on my radar going into this season. I didn't realize that Hyun Sung was really gonna like have a fire underneath her going into this challenge. Juniper gets her first win in the challenge. Nari has been in that top the entire time, and she's showing and she's trying to prove that she can get all the way to the top 5. We have a bunch of girls being safe. We have Jinju really kind of hitting a little bit of a struggle in these last 2 missions. We of course had Yona who won last mission and then was in the bottom this mission, and then of course Ari who just had her first one-on-one lip sync. We see Mirai, Maya, and Neil and Serena all being safe for all 3 missions. I don't know, these girls need to step it up and kind of showcase something or they're going to end up in that bottom, which is not a good place to be. Let's go to the next mission. So the girls are going to be showing us doing like a cute little makeup tutorial for like a YouTube channel because idols have to have a little YouTube channel. And Layla actually is the one who wins the mini challenge. That's great for her. So this challenge is the look challenge. The girls are going to be showcasing their modeling looks and their modeling walks because sometimes as idols you will be asked to be in like Tokyo Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week. You never know which company you're going to be being sponsored by and what ambassador you're going to be. So we need to see that you can bring it to the runway as well. So Nari, Layla, and Nayoung all do really great with this runway challenge. Theon, Zoe, Jinju, Somin, Maya, and Miel all just do really well on this runway challenge, which means Harin, Grace, Ari, Juniper, Mirai, Yona, and Hyunsung all just do good in this performance. They all, show that they're able to walk down the runway, but unfortunately, Miss Serena does not do well in the runway challenge. And this is really going to upset her fans because she has a cult following, and I feel like they wanted to see her up there on the runway. Um, but that's unfortunate. Based on tonight's performance, Layla, Grace, Mirai, Jinju, Serena, Nari, Nayoung, Juniper, and Niel, You girls are all in the top and bottom of the week, which means Sian, Maya, Somin, Zoe, Haran, Hyunsung, Yona, and Ari. You girls are all safe this week. This is really crazy. I wonder who's going to be in the top. Who is going to win this challenge? Because this could be the way that a big fashion label sees you. Because, this is exposure as well for these girls. Ooh, Nari, congratulations. You are the winner of the challenge today. Oh, I'm so proud of Nari. She's been really consistent so far in all of these missions. And she is kind of a girl who loves to give a look. So I'm really proud of her for really pulling it out in this challenge. Nayoung, Niel, Layla, and Jinju all are in the top. I was not expecting Nayoung and Layla to do so well in this challenge, or Jinju, honestly. I was not expecting those girls to do that great in this challenge. I think Nayoung is more of our vocalist. Layla is a great dancer. But I guess that they needed to prove something this week, and they said, okay, we're going to put our work into some modeling walks and do what we need to do. But that means that we have to talk about some of the girls that did not get into the top, and they are in fact in the bottom. Juniper, Serena, Grace, and Mirai are the bottoms of the week. I'm shocked that Mirai is down here. She's like a model. And so is Serena, I think. I think both of these girls are models. They're in the bottom of the bottom this week. Serena and Mirai, you girls are safe. We know that you guys have cult followings. Wow, we saved Serena. Do you think that? I don't know. I think production might have been like, we don't want the backlash if Miss Serena goes home on this episode. But that means that Juniper and Grace are up for elimination. Grace is up for elimination. I was not expecting Grace to be up for elimination this early. I'm shocked. And Juniper are both doing a one-on-one. Juniper just won last week. Oh, wow. They're doing a one-on-one. Grace lost her heel while she was doing her one-on-one performance, but she still was able to do great, and Juniper did good. I have no idea what's gonna go on in this lip sync. Juniper, you have won a challenge in this competition, proving yourself to be a great competitor, and I'm gonna need to ask you to step it up. But we're gonna give you the opportunity to stay, which means Grace, the youngest girl in the competition. I am so sorry, but you were not able to show us the skills we know you have. Maybe you need a little bit more time to train. I don't know. But I have to ask you, Grace, to pack up your bags and leave the competition. Oh my gosh, that was so hard. Layla is telling Jinju to go back to Party City. Oh my gosh, Yona and Haran are talking about their families and bonding. This was a hard episode for me. I was rooting for Grace so much. I can't believe she's already gone home and she went home in 17th place. Oh, I'm so sad for Grace. I really was rooting for her. I thought she had a chance to make the debut lineup. Although she is a young girl, I thought maybe she would have the maturity, but she might just need more training, and that's okay. We might have another group for her in the future, so you never know. But I'm sad. I'm sad that Grace is going home. We have Juniper, of course, and on the bottom as well with Mariah and Serena, who, like I said last week, they've been safe the whole competition. They weren't showing what they needed to, so they got thrown into the bottom for that as well. Maya's still been safe the entire competition. And then, of course, our girls who did great in the challenge were, of course, Nari, who's been very consistent in all of these weeks and just had a breakthrough week. Nayoung, again, trying to prove something. She hasn't gotten like her bread and butter challenge yet. I guess she got the girl group, but it just wasn't her week that week. Layla has come back from not doing great in the previous challenges. Niel has continued to do well after being safe. She wanted to prove herself. And Jinju, after some really bad weeks in a row, she's kind of shown and proved herself. We are going into the final mission of this episode. We are going into mission 5. And this will be the last mission of this episode. The girls are going to be doing some celebrity looks, and Jinju and Niel both win this mini challenge. The girls are going to be participating in a dance number, so we are going to be doing a dance showcase. Everybody's going to have to show their skills. Who is going to go for this main dancer part? This is kind of a big moment because we need to see these dance skills. How are these girls dancing? Like, where's the dancing? And Layla and Soman slay the challenge. We all know Layla's a great dancer. We all know Layla is a great dancer. And Soman, again, she's one of our all-rounders. She's a great dancer as well. Nayoung, Hyunsung, Nari, Jinju, and Zoe did great. I'm kind of shocked Zoe did great. I didn't even know she danced. Yona, Serena, Sion, Niel, Juniper, Mirai, Ari, Haran, and Maya all just do good in the challenge. Oh my gosh, I can't believe Maya didn't do that well. She's a great dancer as well. And I think Sion and some of these girls down here on the bottom also are great dancers. Let's see. Jinju, Maya, Haran, Serena, Layla, Hyunsung, Mirai, Soman. You girls are the tops and the bottoms this week, which means Nari, Zoe, Nayoung, Juniper, Sion, Niel, Yona, and Ari, you girls are all safe this week. Oh my gosh, who is going to win this challenge? Who's going to win the dance challenge? Because this could make or break your opportunity to be a main dancer and your opportunity to be that main dancer role. Soman takes it. The all-arounder has taken it. She's never really picked a lane in terms of like which focus she wants to take, but she said, in this one, I'm going to take that dance challenge. And I know Layla's a little bit upset because Layla slayed that challenge. Ooh, but you know, it's kind of hard because Soman is such a all-rounder. Maybe the judges were like, they wanted to award her because dancing's not necessarily her greatest skill. She's pretty balanced in all of them, that she was able to still dance on the same level as some of these like main dancer quality level girls. Maya and Haran, you girls are safe. Oh, I'm glad that they saved Maya because I do not want my girl. She's our visual girl. Yeah, maybe she's not the best dancer, but she's a visual girl. And Haran is saved. Haran has been in the bottom now, like many, many weeks, which means Mirai and Serena, you girls are up for elimination. I told them to step it up last week. They did not do well in the modeling competition and when they were on the runway. And we brought them into a dance challenge and asked them to perform, and they still flopped. We need more from Mirai and Serena. You girls cannot just rest on being pretty. They're going to be up in a one-to-one together. And I know these girls are like a little bit friendly, but it is what it is. And this is something that Mariah cannot buy. She cannot purchase a win. And they both flop. These girls are not performing. And Mariah fell during her one-on-one challenge. Oh, wow. Eliminate both of them. I think both of them need to go here. Both of them don't do well in their one-on-one. Oh, wow. Oh, no. I was not expecting this. Ooh. Ooh. Our rich girl Mirai is going to be staying. Did she pay for that? Was there payola? Did her parents and her family get involved? You know, her dad is a CEO. I don't know. But that means, unfortunately, Serena Lee is going home. And I know her fans are fuming. Serena, I just wanted to say that I was so excited to see you here. I know you're so popular online. You know, you're an Instagram girl. Everybody loves your Instagram pictures. Unfortunately, when you're in an actual competition, you have to bring more than just your Instagram followers. And unfortunately, in this competition, you were just not able to break through. So I'm going to have to ask you to pack your bags up and leave. Okay, so the girls are going to talk. Hyunsung is apologizing to Somin, but Somin isn't believing it. Niel is crying after Sion attacks her. Oh, Somin is sharing a personal memory to Hyunsung. Okay, so they're having a moment. They're having a nice moment. There are no highlights. Let's take a look at how everybody is doing 5 missions in. We are at our top 15, and that's where will we be ending this episode today. But let's take a look at how everybody's competing. Somin, after doing kind of well in the first episode, has kind of reestablished herself in this 5th mission, and she gets a win in the dancing challenge. Layla, again, didn't do great in that, you know, in the commercial challenge, but she's kind of brought it back up after that, and she's showing that she should be here, and there's a reason for why she's here. Hyunsung, again, she's kind of a front runner at this point. Jinju has shown that although she might not have the same skill level or training as all these other girls, she is still a fierce competitor. Nari, this is her first week not being in the top. Zoe, again, she has really surprised me. I kind of thought Zoe was going to be the first girl to go home, especially because she had to do a one-on-one in her first week, but she has proven that she is at least able to be safe and skirt by. We see Nayoung, who we haven't really seen any challenges that she's necessarily like, heavily leaning towards. So she makes sense why she hasn't really broken through yet. We've seen Juniper again have some highs, have some lows. Theon is really who I'm kind of a little bit confused about. We are 5 missions in, and Sion has not really showcased any of her talents and her abilities. She's extremely talented, our most talented trainee at the organization. So I'm a little bit disappointed in Sion. She hasn't really shown much this week. And then we have Niel, who did pretty well. And then we have Yona, who had a top placement, a bottom placement. Ari hasn't done a whole lot except for being the bottom. Maya was safe the entire season so far, for all of the missions, but this recent mission, she did fall into the bottom. And we saw Haran also fall into the bottom. And we see Mirai also fall into the bottom and eliminate Serena. And was it Paola? You let me know down below in the comments because we all know Mirai has some money. But thank you guys so much for watching this first episode of our girl group, our creating the group series here. Who are you rooting for? These are are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 competitors that are out of the running. So Serena, Grace, Anne, Jua, and Yeju. I was really excited for Grace. I really thought Grace and Anne had like a really big like an opportunity to possibly debut in this group. But of course, all of you, the fans at home, do have an opportunity to vote. I don't know if these are the 5 girls because they really didn't get to showcase much in the competition. If these are really the girls that you're probably going to vote for, but we do have still 15 competitors remaining, and remember, only 5 of them are guaranteed a spot in the group. You guys will be deciding the final 2, so you can always wait until later in the season to cast those votes. But let me know down below in the comments, who are you rooting for? Who is your bias, so to speak, currently in the competition, or who do you really like outside of that? Let me know. I'm not going to tell you my favorite because I don't want to skew any of the votes, but obviously I do have favorites. And there's girls that I wish, I hope debut, obviously, because I've spent time, training them. I'm the CEO here at the company, so I would hope that the girls that I've trained a lot are going to be performing well. But thank you guys again so much for watching this episode, and stay tuned for the next one where we're going to see which girls are going to make the top 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Honestly, like outside of this, if you like these kinds of videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more and give this video a little bit of a like, so you keep getting recommended videos from me. And if you want to know when I post, check out the Discord server, link down below. We talk about like all kinds of stuff in there, fashion, games, everything. But thank you guys all so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye everybody!